What is up, RetroManiacs? Welcome to the Retro Card Chat Podcast. My name is Mike, and I am from Mike's Retro Trading Cards. And wait, hold on a second, guys. I got something I need to do. I'll be right back. Just don't go anywhere. I will be right back. I promise. I just have this little thingy I have to do here quick. Put this on. Okay. There we go. I am ready to go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, intergalactic superstar Joe Day. Happy birthday to you. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Joe Day's 45th trip around the sun. Wow. I know that. I know this. I got the hat. I broke out the hat for you today, Joe. Have the happiest of happy birthdays. We're going to be celebrating your life and time for the next hour and 15 minutes or so. And it's all going to be about you today, buddy.
Happy birthday, Joe.
I'll just start us off with a little song on the harmonica. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay. I don't know how to play the harmonica, so I'm not going to do that. But thank you, Mike. I mean, it's one of the best birthday wishes I've gotten today. Probably top 2 for sure. Yeah. So I appreciate that. I had a crazy weekend this weekend. I went out, left town for a couple days with Rob and some friends. So I'm a little worn out. I'm not hungover or drunk or anything still, but I'm a little tired. But guys, if you would just have a beer for me on my birthday, I would really appreciate it.
Funny enough, I happen to have a beer ready to toast you in my Mike's Retro Trading Cards pint glass that you can buy in the description down below. Just follow the link there. You can buy one for yourself. You can even get it personalized.
Wow.
I will personalize it for you. How great is that? For just a small upcharge. Happy birthday, Joe Day. Look at that guy.
Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
The big 4 or 5, boys.
I have to take this hat off and fix my headphones before they fall off my head because they're not comfortable. And I also had them the wrong way. But yeah, I was listening to you in reverse. But there, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to host a podcast. We are professional here, but yes, it is Joe Day's birthday, everybody. I hope you sent your gifts. Joe's going to be making a list of everybody who views the podcast, and he's going to be writing down what you gave him. And we're going to be going over that next week, I think, Joe, next week.
I believe that might be a Wednesday show. I'm not 100% sure, but we might just spend a whole Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday show on that.
It's an intergalactic holiday. Are they celebrating it on that planet that is the farthest away from us? What was that number? That? Yeah, okay. What's that planet again, Mike?
Well, I don't always remember things because I'm old. But in this case, I do remember that it's OGLE 2016 BLG 0005LB. In case you were wondering, so
it is a holiday there.
Huge holiday there, yeah.
Huge holiday.
And it's funny enough, I just shipped out a few of these Mike's Retro Trading Cards pint glasses to our friends over there.
What's the shipping there? How much does that cost?
Cost a little bit, yeah.
Ooh, but especially with USPS rates going up. I mean, every time those go up, it's crazy.
Oh, how's it going, boys?
I don't got much going on. Though I hate fantasy football. Other than that, I mean, life's good.
Don't we all?
Life's good. Yeah. Pitt choked against West Virginia. Life's good. Yeah. Things are going great here for my birthday.
Sorry, man. That sucks.
It's been a rough birthday. 45, man. It's all downhill from here.
It really is.
I could just drop over dead tomorrow. You would never know.
Nobody would think anything of it. Yeah.
All right. At 45, that's what people just do that now. And, I don't want to do that.
Trust me, as somebody my age, I've been dealing with the you know, I could just die for quite a while now. And it really changes you. People wonder why older people just don't care anymore. That's why. You don't know.
Yeah. Is that why they go storming across the stadium and like steal baseballs from people?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I told you that was probably her last chance. She might not even be around anymore. I don't know.
But no, hopefully here's to 45 more, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And we will be here every Monday morning for the next 45 years.
Yep.
With this picture of health, I'm definitely going to make it another 45.
All three of us, baby.
Yeah.
We're the epitome of the human race, right?
Yeah.
If you add up our healthiness from each one of us, it doesn't even get to like a half a healthy person.
Right.
Right.
Our average healthiness quotient.
What's new and exciting, EP? Bring us out of the doldrums here.
I have exciting news. Production has begun. You might see that over my right shoulder here. This table looks very different than it normally does. Like the over my right shoulder, which is like the left shoulder on the screen. Production of season 2 of Extra Innings with EP has begun. I haven't recorded anything yet, but production has begun. I have 10 episodes lined up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the best you've ever seen of Extra Innings with EP.
Football season's over, boys.
No, it's not. It is not over. Football season is in full swing. I have worked until 2 a.m. on Friday night, but I'm gonna push through. I gotta get this done. I have a lot of ideas for some cool videos, so I want to do it. I'm gonna find a way. Life finds a way, as we found on Jurassic Park. So.
And I'm the one that has to do all the editing, and I have to make all these fancy because now people are expecting this like fantastic
fireworks,
show. Yeah.
Sound effects. It's going to be the whole kit and caboodle.
Pictures,
definitely.
cool thumbnails.
I'll have an email with a list of like 10 things you need to add to every episode. It's fine. I'll have it all lined out for you. It's fine.
Well, that's a little better than last time. You were like 15 to 20 for that. So much work. People don't even know how much work we do. But what they are going to know this Wednesday are some of the dirty little secrets that sports card content creators don't want them to know. We might not be here next week. They might come and they might hit us this week. This could be the end because we're spilling the beans on what all these content creators are doing. And you're not going to want to miss that one on Wednesday. So make sure you check that out. I don't tell you every week to watch our other videos. So if I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this one.
Monday next week, they show up and there's like 3 empty chairs spinning just on the screen. That's all it is.
I'm thinking more too of the scene from Old School where they were kidnapping the pledges. Right. Like it's going to be like Dustin and Neo, Northeast Ohio Cards and Comics, if you weren't sure. And who else? Who else would be Flippin' Steve? I guess could lean into it and really kidnap us and take us away. I don't know.
And since you're 45 now, you're going to be the blue. They're going to help in with the walker. Like you're
am I the blue? We're gonna blue of this group.
Yep, we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you into the van now. Yep.
Wow. Yeah. I dropped my sheet on the floor. I had to pick that up. So we are professional here if we are nothing else. Yep. But yeah, I actually pre-ordered some cards. I pre-ordered the Cryptozoic Charlie Brown Christmas cards that are coming out. I don't know if anybody wants to watch me open the box or not. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure you don't. Yeah. But yeah, it called Series 2. I think they had Series 1 from Comic-Con. I think it was just a regular peanut set. This is the first one that is Charlie Brown Christmas. I'm old. I used to have to wait for it to come on the TV at a certain time to watch it. And if you missed it, you didn't get to watch it.
Christmas
you couldn't even record it.
Yeah.
I know, crazy times out there. So yeah, I'm excited to get those. I don't open a whole lot anymore, although I think I'm going to open a box of the Cactus Jack Wrestle WWE, not WrestleMania. It's just the Cactus. Bad idea. I absolutely guarantee you it's a bad idea.
How much were they a box?
They were too much. Yes. But,
they were
I thought it was going to say like 200, but nope, too much.
Nope,
too much. So I don't know. Maybe I'll open one. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I'm gonna. It won't be good. It will not.
I can tell right now you're already going to open it. They definitely do. Like the Charlie Brown stuff. Like there's a generation of people that were like raised on multiple generations, probably people that raised on that Charlie Brown Christmas. Definitely for the channel. Like that's something people are going to watch.
Yeah, but do they know how to use YouTube?
I would hope. Fair. I mean, YouTube is more like there's more people watching YouTube than watching cable right now. Oh, like in general, like across America. So yeah, definitely. Like everybody.
That's because we're here.
Well, of course. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all changed in 2021. You know,
I don't think any of that started until after we started doing content.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, so you want to get into it?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's pretty early for us.
It
That's
is.
really like
crap.
10 minutes. It feels like we're 20 minutes in.
It's almost like we practiced it, you know?
Yeah, around 20 minutes or so. Yeah.
All right. Well, GameStop, we've talked about them a couple times, but clearly, according to their second quarter reports, financial reports, they are killing it with collectibles. Their collectibles side had net sales of over $200 million for the quarter, for the third consecutive quarter.
Oh my God.
And that total was 22.3% of GameStop's overall total. Their highest selling thing is hardware and accessories, which is $592 million, but they don't make much money on selling the hardware. Like the consoles, they don't make much profit on. They're supposed to make money on selling the software, but they're killing it. They are actually turning into America's card store, and I think it's only going to continue. These numbers, you have to remember, power packs are still in the beta phase. You can't go there yet and just buy them. I really am interested to see what their numbers are going to look like after the power packs go live, because I think that is just, I've said it before, I think it's going to be massive for that company. They're going to be like instantly the number one repack, like digital repack in the whole hobby. And it's probably not even going to be close. They could double that number, I think, easily when power packs become available.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was a couple weeks back now at this point. I think I said GameStop's turned into like America's local card shop, which is absolutely crazy to think about. You have, GameStop, Dick's Sporting Goods, like these like large companies are turning into LCSs because LCSs can't get any distribution. So, it's pretty unfortunate that who knows where they're going to be in 10 years. But, between the grading, is that part of this as well? Like, I'm curious, like what the grading submissions part of their angle is, like how much percentage of the charge that PSA charges to grade those cards, how much does GameStop get?
They don't have it broken down to that.
Yeah,
right.
It's probably part of that vertical though. Yeah, it's probably part of the vertical though, right?
Probably
it's
part of that 200 million, you would think.
Think.
Like it's wild to think about. Like GameStop a few years ago was going out of business.
Right.
Like this was a dying brand, and they've turned it around. And the collectible side of it is the biggest reason, right? I mean, is there any other way to think about it? I mean, yeah. And then the power pack point of this, or part of this, that's going to be interesting too. It's going to be between them and Jeff Wilson as the two biggest reactors. That's a joke. But like to have that option for people across however many stores to go online and get these repacks, that's going to be massive money. Do we think it doubles to 200 million in the next quarter?
Easy.
Like
probably not next because it hasn't rolled out yet, but I think probably
but the first full quarter that it's rolled out.
Quarter,
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be wild to see how that goes, and they're just gonna, and it's recycling money too, because they're gonna rebuy those, repack those, then sell those again, and it's just gonna keep going over and over and over, and that's just free money for them, right? At that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good for them. I mean, they pivoted where a lot of companies never would have considered doing something like this. So if you're a competitor of GameStop or a competitor to PSA or a competitor to Pokemon or something, I mean, maybe try and find another retail store. Like they've shown you the model. Maybe try and do something with another retail store. Maybe Target. We talked about them, last week, I think it was.
Yep.
Someone should do the same type of thing with Target. Show them these numbers and be like, this is what you could do. And this was GameStop. Imagine if you had the Target, machine behind you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, great point, Joe. Like GameStop, you think about it, like in terms of, we're talking football this year, like a jump cut, right? Like Barry Sanders jump cut. Like that is what GameStop did, going from being out of business to now 200. I was like, what? So over 3 quarters, It's 200 million per quarter. That's like $500 million without this the packs, like the new thing that's going to be coming out, like $500 million just on this stuff. That's crazy to think about. Like, but like, and also to think about, like, when I think of GameStop, I think of the tiny store at our mall, the tiny store that's part of the strip mall, and then not compared to Target, like Joe was saying. Like, if they enhance that with a Target, like, that would be a crazy thing. Just think how small the GameStop footprint is in our area anyway. To be able to make that kind of money, like they are killing it. And I wonder. I haven't talked to John from UConn lately about this. I don't know if I ever really brought it up, but like, as far as getting Pokemon Direct, like, that would be something that every LCS should be doing right now, right? They should be getting late training boxes, the booster box, that sort of stuff. Like if you're not part of the Pokemon ecosystem right now, then you're going to be really struggling as a card store anywhere, I think.
Yeah, that's still one of the products he's actually able to get. Last time I was in, I was talking to him a little bit about that, and he was saying that thankfully he can still get Pokemon and he gets that stuff. But yeah, I mean, we talked last week about Target selling $1 billion worth. Well, 200 million over the last 3 quarters. Like, they're going to be pushing $1 billion by the end of this year. And if power packs are a wide release by the 4th quarter, they could very well end up with $1 billion too. Like, it's crazy, like, all the money in the hobby. But even like these other retailers that you wouldn't, like, yeah, we know Target sells retail, but you don't feel like it's at that scale. And a lot of this too is riding the wave of Pokemon. I think the power packs from GameStop will be really popular with sports card collectors too. Like, every time we do a card show down at the mall, we see people lined up outside of GameStop looking to get Pokemon. So, I feel like they have a lot of room for growth in the sports card area too, because I think I don't know their numbers, but I would have to guess a bulk of the 200 million is Pokemon. So they could expand that by adding more sports card stuff to it too. And people will be buying it. Maybe we'll all be lined up outside of GameStop before the show starts. We'll get our tables set up and then we'll be waiting out there. So yeah, just amazing numbers. So another amazing number was a Caitlin Clark Green Kaboom 1 of 1 just sold this past week. Guess, what do you think it sold for?
What did the 1 of 1 logo man sell for?
The highest one sold for 600 and some thousand, and I think what was the impeccable or the immaculate one sold for 300 and some, and I think the flawless or the national treasures was somewhere in between,
in the middle. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 100,000.
My brain popped in with 400K was where I was at.
It sold for $341,000 and $600. Yes. So we talked a little bit about Caitlin Clark being injured, wondering if this was going to affect the amount of money people are paying. The answer is clearly no. They don't care. This was actually the highest price ever received in a public auction for a Kaboom.
Wow.
Let that sink in.
Wow.
The highest price ever gotten in a public auction for a Kaboom, $341,600. And not only that, her Green Kaboom 1 of 1 NFT sold this past week as well. What are your guesses on what that sold for?
I refuse. I don't talk about NFTs.
We're gonna be, so you're gonna have to get off that stance.
I'm gonna be up front. Like, we talked about this on my work podcast. It was $100 and some $1,000, but I can't, like, 128,000, something like that.
$175
for a freaking
$1,000. Give me the real one for $341,000.
Right. And I'll screen cap the real one and sell the picture of the screen cap to someone for like 50,000. I'll go cheap. NFTs, what a ridiculous thing.
107, yeah. So right there you have over $500,000 worth of Caitlin Clark sales on one card and one digital card, if you want to call them a card, one picture.
So that injury is not hurting the super high end people who are going to keep buying all these cards and selling them to each other. But I mean, I don't know what it means for like the lower end stuff. But I mean, that's the super high end guys, people, right? The buyers, right?
Yeah. Like, and I'm curious because I don't think they've had green kabooms since the beginning of kabooms. So like some of like some of like it is the highest green kaboom, and it probably should be, because if you look at some of them, like it means more being its rookie green kaboom versus like, oh, it's his first green kaboom for Patrick Mahomes 10 years after,
right?
Whatever,
or Brady or LeBron
or Brady or LeBron.
Like Steph Curry, right?
All of these basketball players, didn't have kabooms their rookie years, and that probably would have made a difference. I don't know if they would have sold for this much anyway. That's a lot of money. And when we talked about it last week, was it last week we talked about her injury?
Yes.
At first I was like, oh man, that this could be an issue. But then I looked later that day at the schedule for the WNBA. They're in the playoffs already. So it's like, she's not gone that long. She's going to miss the playoffs. I don't know if the Fever are still in it. I think they were the 7th team.
They're in it. The playoffs started on Sunday. Yeah.
Started on Sunday. So she's not missing as much time as I thought she was in my head. She's just missing the playoffs. So maybe that's why people aren't concerned, because it's really not, in the grand scheme of things, it's just a short period of time.
Nope.
The one thing we forgot to mention last week was that most of the people buying her cards aren't watching the WNBA anyway.
Yeah.
So really, why would her being out affect the price of her cards? Like, I'm not saying that to be any kind of way. It's just the reality of the situation. Most of the people aren't watching the WNBA. So it makes sense that her cards aren't really taking a hit, because a lot of people might not even know we're being
Again, I think a lot of those people that are buying those, especially the high end level, are those people that aren't watching it. They're just worried about the investment part of it.
Oh yeah,
they're worried about selling that card to some other investor who's going to pay a little bit more next time. Like, I really think that's what the high level cards are. That's where we're at.
Well, Joe doesn't like to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it, because the $175,000 NFT that sold helped Panini set a record on their blockchain for September. This is the highest. September isn't done yet. We're talking about 12 days worth of sales in September. This data came from, and they have already sold over $7.1 million in NFTs on their blockchain so far in September, which broke its last month's record of 7 million for August. This is the second straight month over 7 million. Who knows what this one's end up to? The average card transaction in the NFTs were between 2022 and 2024 were $30 a card. The average sale in September has been $99 a card. They've had 3 NFTs sell for $50,000 plus, and 20 sell for $10,000 plus in the last week. Guys, we're missing out. We need to get rid of our physical cards and go to the blockchain. I don't even know what that means, but we're doing it.
It's my birthday. I pass for my birthday.
The little flashing icon when Joe talks is fantastic.
Pass.
Like it or not, there are people that do like these, and they're buying them apparently. Big time.
I just need someone to explain it to me. Can someone explain what blockchain is, please, quickly?
I mean, it's just like it has like a little digital signature on it, so you can only have that one thing, right? In theory. I mean, anybody can have a screenshot, but there's that one thing that has. And
I believe the blockchain is like the record of that to prove ownership of it. Like it's kind of like they're keeping journals, right? And okay, this person bought it this day, and then when it's sold, they write in. It's a little tablet basically with a pencil that they just write in. I think that's how it works.
Probably, yeah, it makes sense.
Probably, yeah. So
I'll never understand digital cards. I think we've been pretty consistent on this. I don't get it. Like, I think it's weird to send cards to the vault that you never see. So obviously I'm not going to be a fan of cards that you don't see. I think I mentioned this on the show before, but like Todd McFarlane, the McFarlane toys, they have digital toys now. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it's mind blowing that people are into this stuff. But again, that's not for me to decide what you want to collect or what you're into. But I mean, it can't be people that are actually like card collectors, right? These are people who are just finding something that they consider an asset and just like moving them back and forth. Yeah. Which again, okay, cool. Just stay away from my cards then. I don't, just you go do that stuff and I'm fine with it. It's just, I don't know. It's silly to me.
7.1 million. That's outrageous. Like the amount of money there is outrageous. And while it also is not for me, I'm very much an analog person. I want to feel the cards in my hand. I want to feel the top loaders in my hand. I want to feel the slabs in my hand, all that sort of stuff. That is very much how I am as a collector. But I understand where these people are coming from and why why this is happening. We carry these bricks around in our hands. Joe's got one right now. He's checking the football scores. Like, we carry these things around our hands.
The whole episode. Yeah.
I've been on top of things, boys. I don't want to hear your crap.
No, I'm not. I'm just using this example.
It's my birthday.
It is. He's probably trying to figure out some math as he does. So, but I mean, in theory, you can carry your collection around with you, the entire collection in your hand, in that brick at all times. And as somebody who has purchased many digital copies of video games, like there's digital copies of movies. Like that, I mean, there is a point
that's
where
way different, though. That's way different.
I don't think it is. I think it's
really different.
I think it.
Video game, for sure.
From the mentality, though, from people who are like, well, I can just, instead of buying and collecting a video game, the box of the video game, I can just do it way easier, by buying it digitally, where you can't resell that. So it does make it a little bit different. But I think the mentality of it, though, like, we are in an age where you can buy all these things digitally. You can get it instantly on your phone, and you can. I can buy this instantly and have it on my phone. I can sell it instantly on my phone, and it's not like for us though. But we went the analog. We want to be able to hold in our hands. But for a lot of people, I think they're okay with having it on their phone and having possession of it on their phone. I think it's a different. I think the generationally, people who have grown up with nothing but digital video games, nothing but digital music, nothing but digital movies. They're okay with having digital collectibles as well.
But those things have a function. You're using them. You're playing the game. You're watching the movie. You're listening to the music. The card doesn't. It's just
again, it's the mentality. Like their mentality is different than ours in that regard, because they've always had digital stuff as opposed to us having physical stuff. That's how I look at it.
I think you're just digging too deep into it. I think it's just, I can flip this and make money off it, isn't it? Like, it's the same thing they're doing with real cards, if we're being honest. Like, a lot of those people, you're carrying a Zion case around with physical cards, but most of those people aren't collecting those cards anyway. They're not really, they might like to have it for a minute to say they had it, but it doesn't really mean anything to them like it does to some of us to actually collect something. Joe gets a Patrick Stewart and that means a little more to him. These are just something that I'm having because I feel like it's going to be worth more in a month after they play this game and that game, and then I can make money on it.
But people also, like, people spend a lot of money on skins for Fortnite and skins for Call of Duty that have no value whatsoever, but they'll pay a lot of money to have them and to look cool and to have them on their digital character. That is, they're going to not be important anymore in like a month from now, because the new ones are going to come out and they're going to pay more money for those. I think that's another part of it where I certainly think a lot of people have the mentality has shifted to that point.
Oh my God. This is the first time I've actually felt 45 by this conversation. Like, holy crap. I have nothing to add, because I can't even I can't even wrap my brain around like having just a digital thing and that's it. Like, it just does not compute with me. The video game thing, EP, is more like Mike said, there's a functionality to that video game regardless. So like, I actually buy digital games because my disc reader stopped working. So I'll upload the game. It's not for anything other than I just want to play the game, right? It's not, I don't know. And I'm not looking to then resell that digital game like they're trying to resell these digital cards. So I don't know.
You can't resell a digital game, can you?
Not a lot of them. I think there's some that you can, but I don't think it's typically a thing.
See, so in that case, it would be better to buy a physical game because at least you could resell it, whereas you can't if it's digital.
Yeah, but the way things are I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the game industry where even like when they go to the next game system, whatever, you might not be able to sell that game, be able to play the game at all on that system anyway. So there's a lot of.
Well, they've been doing that for a long time.
Oh yeah.
But what I do want to tell you about, we talked about the MLB debut patch that fell off the arm of Peyton Tolley last week.
Fell off.
Was it last week or the week before?
Last week.
Last week, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, Fanatics actually had a response about this, and they claim that they're going to be working with MLB to fix the MLB debut patch issues. They not only was the Peyton Tolley one happened, apparently Tampa Bay Rays player Carson Williams had one on. Now he actually played a couple innings, but it fell off like between the second and third inning or something. He had it on. There were pictures showing it was on earlier in the game, and then it was off a little later in the game. So apparently not the first one to fall off. I didn't know about that when we talked about it, but one very interesting tidbit was Topps said that they will acknowledge that the Tolley card was worn during warm-ups pregame. So they are not going to say it was worn in the game because I won't give him too much credit. We all know that he didn't wear it in the game. So what else are you going to do? But Topps doesn't usually even respond to stuff like this. So if this is going to be the biggest innovation in the history of cards, I feel like you kind of have to. And they did. And they did say that they will be working to try to keep similar issues from happening in the future. Joe, wake up.
Like, this company frustrates me so much because we're not us specifically, but they're getting pats on the back for doing the right thing. They're reacting. I've said this so many times. They are the most reactive company, not proactive company. If only Topps had an in with the folks that made the uniforms and the patches so that they could reach out to them and say, hey, why don't you keep these patches on the uniform? Unfortunately, obviously, they can't do that. They're two totally different things. Topps isn't owned by a company that does jerseys and uniforms and stuff like that. So, I mean, how in the world would they be able to cross that lexicon to make sure that these patches made by a different company adhere to a uniform made by same company? I don't know how you're going to do it. It's just, and people go and jerk them off and say what a great job they're doing. And it's just, they're just reacting to everything. If no one noticed this, would they have done anything about it?
No. Not a chance.
So what are we talking about here? Just be a better company. So you don't have to react to internet sleuths that are like, he's not wearing what he should be wearing for this debut patch thing. Like, everyone's sitting there at Topps or Fanatics going, man, I hope no one notices this. I hope no one notices this. And then someone notices.
Do you think?
Shit, we're gonna have to do something about this now. Like, that's exactly what's going on.
Sure.
Ridiculous.
Do you think people are actually worried about it though? Like, I don't think they were worried about it until they got called out. Like, nobody cared.
That's literally what I just said. Like, they were sitting there going, I hope no one notices so we don't get called out.
I don't think they were even paying attention. They didn't even notice until after the fact when everybody's like calling them out. This was a proof that they give a tiny little shit. Like, I'm talking like a tiny little turd. A tiny little turd. That's all it is. They don't really care. I wrote down Velcro technology. How long has Velcro been a thing? And how long has it held things together? And how can they not have anything that is at least as good as that? Like it's insane to me that these things are falling off of jerseys. Like, there's no way this should be happening in 2025. We have the technology, make it happen.
Yeah, we have Amazon. Just, get some of those stick-on Velcro things. That'll work right there. So, yeah, just this. What this is absolutely the same exact thing they do when you see people on social media that bought an Eagles Jalen Hurts jersey that has number 27 on it when they get it, and has like Pahawik written on the back for the name. You see all kinds of people doing that, and Fanatics comes out and says, we're aware of the problem. We're going to work to be better. Like, this is exactly the sports card version of what they do when people complain about their apparel. The apparel never gets better, so I'm not going to say that really probably nothing will change with this, but it never gets better with the apparel.
Wait, I'm confused. Are you saying that Fanatics is the company that makes these uniforms and the apparel?
They are.
So they wait. So Topps could have called them and said, "Make sure this stays on." Oh my God! Yeah. I didn't know. This is way easier than it should. What? Man,
I think it's funny that you think that Topps is the one calling Fanatics about things.
Well,
right?
Someone should be calling someone.
Right.
I'm sure it's an inter-office mail situation that we could do here to make sure this shit stays on. But okay. But
if only they had email accounts. They don't have them. My AOL isn't working. Yeah. So, it is what it is. Saw Michael Rubin was like on MSNBC or something, or CNBC, I think it was, and he was talking about the gambling side of things too, and the regulation and stuff. And I'm watching this interview, and I'm like, you own a breaking company. Why don't you tell these people though that you also allow people to gamble with cards and it's not regulated? Like it was really. He irks me sometimes when I see him in interviews. He has a certain way about him, and he always like name drops and stuff like that all the time. So he's a fantastic businessman.
A guy who has a white party name drops
all the time.
Get out of here.
So that was just a little aside there. But they are creating their first ever Topps Collectors Appreciation Day. Apparently only if you're fans of certain teams. But okay, Saturday, September 20th will be the inaugural Topps Collectors Appreciation Day. I'm not trying to make fun of anything here. I'm just reading what is part of this, okay? So don't take any kind of connotation in what I'm saying here. But they will be giving out free hot dogs at the Mets game to the first 500 people that bring a Topps card of a Mets player. So they're giving out 500 hot dogs in New York City. The Orioles game, they're giving out $15 concession vouchers to the first 500 fans that bring an Orioles Topps card. EP, you're making a lot of noise writing on there while I'm talking.
Sorry, I mean they're big spenders. Big spenders here. I'm trying to make notes here.
Well, I'm not done yet. Cincinnati is going to be giving out a mystery promotional item to the first 500 that bring a Topps card of a Reds player.
I'm just going to actively look at my fantasy football teams as your name in the shit.
Dick's Sporting Goods, where they have the Collectors Clubhouse, will be giving away an exclusive Wincraft pin if you bring in a Topps baseball card. GameStop will be giving away a little prize package, including buy one, get one 50% off Fanatics supplies if you bring in a Topps Entertainment card. And the MLB store, the flagship store in New York City, will be giving away a hat pin to the first 150 people that bring in a Topps baseball card. There you go.
So I just want to say one thing. I remember that time that Ty Wilson lost his shit because eBay was chinsing out on giveaways. I expect, because Ty seems like a straight up guy, I expect him bitching and moaning about these giveaways from Fanatics. Oh my God. What are we doing here? Like, again, do they have to do any of this stuff? Same thing I said with eBay. I don't know what their budget is across this entire thing. But man, it just doesn't look good, does it? Like, I don't care if it's free shit or not. It just doesn't look good. It's like, create something. Don't give hot dog vouchers. Create something as a giveaway. Create a card or something to hand to the first five. Make it a limited card. Why can't or a pack that has like a team set in it that, oh, maybe there's an autograph in one or something. Like there's so many opportunities to do something cool, and they're giving hot dog vouchers out. Like, come the fuck on, man. What are we doing here? Just like,
but they're giving away 500 hot dogs.
Not only hot dog vouchers, 500 in New York City. I mean, come on, man. That's gonna feed.
Oh man,
this is ridiculous. Like, what's going to cost them like $1,000 probably? Like, what is their market? Like seriously, like the hot dogs are free essentially, right? They're not going to pay them extra they're just saying, hey, give away free hot dogs for us or whatever. Like they're not paying. How much do you think they're actually paying for all these promotions, these free things? Like it sounds like all these things.
They're probably paying less than $10,000
right.
at each place, I would guess.
Yeah. I mean, and they have so much money. Like they're making so much money off of this. Like, why not actually, like Joe said, try to do something good? Before I hand this back to Mike,
card related in some way, shape. Just bring a Mets card and we'll give you a hot dog.
You mean $15 at the concession stand for Baltimore? Like, come on, man! Like they can buy cards at the concession stand probably. But before I hand this back to Mike, I want to say though that I love that this episode is so Joe Day themed. Went from the NFTs to now the Fanatics customer appreciate card, a hobby appreciation thing. Like it's such a Joe Day birthday episode. I'm so happy for it. I can't wait to see what we have coming up.
If we at some point talk about like Jeff Wilson stealing our content or something, I'm gonna my top's gonna blow off. I'm just saying, like something crazy like that happens, I'm out.
Never. That'll never happen. My favorite one here is the MLB store. You know, the flagship MLB store giving away 150 hat pins. In New York City, 150.
Listen, I got nothing against hat pins. People that collect hat pins at all.
Love hat pins.
Hat pins are great, but I mean the level of ridiculousness that only 150 hat pins is just it's outrageous.
And why is New York City getting 2 of the 6 different giveaway spots? I'm in central Pennsylvania. What do I get? I get nothing. Even if I travel to Philadelphia, I'm not going to get anything out of it. So why do I care? I don't care. Why is this only at a couple ballparks? If it's like, you should be every ballpark. Am I wrong or am I wrong?
It should be everywhere.
Do it right. Yes.
Yes.
Again, do it right. Do it at every ballpark or do it at every NFL stadium or something like
every
that.
LCS. Like why
every
not do something with every LCS? Come on, man.
That would be tough, but like at least a good mix of them, you know, like several throughout the in each state throughout the country or something.
If they can make MVP buyback work like they did like the original one with all the LCSs and, you know, turning in your cards for that, they can make this work. Like why half-ass it, right?
Yeah, it's a great idea, but then you didn't execute it. I don't know how you can call it Collector Appreciation Day if it's only at a couple places and it's only for a very small section of the fans. What, 500 out of 30,000 people that might be going to the ballpark, 40,000 that day? Yes, maybe everybody doesn't have a task, but come on. It comes across as really cheap when you're going on interviews and you're talking about the billions of dollars that you're doing in revenue off the cards and how great that is. But then when you're appreciating the people that are buying this stuff, you're going cheap. It just not a good look, but they don't care. They don't care.
And I still think the biggest slap in the face is it has nothing to do with cards. Like, bring in a card and trade it for
a hot dog.
I just don't get it.
No, cards, hot dogs.
Yeah. I do love me a good hot dog.
Me too. Baseball game hot dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One of the craziest things about this though is like they could have, if they would have said no limit on the hot dogs thing, they probably would have been less than 500, right? But it was because they put the limit on it. Like that makes it seem like it's so chintzy, so cheap compared to like, because they probably could have got away with it without having that limit on it. That's the crazy to me to think that we got to make sure we're only giving away so much. And
can you imagine if number 501 came in and they're like, sorry.
I know.
Yep.
Somebody is going to be that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this whole stack of 500 cards already, so we can't do it. Sorry, bud.
That's a great point, though, Joe. You're going to have 500 people that do this. I guarantee you're probably going to have more than 500 people that brought their card that can't get anything, that are going to end up being pissed off by it because you got chintzy. So your collector appreciation is going to end up pissing off more collectors at that ballpark than it's actually going to make happy.
Right. Because you got to think, 30,000 people go to the game?
Yeah, at least.
So you're going to... there's a non-zero chance that 1,000 people will bring a card, and now 1,001 people and 501 are not getting something. So that means the majority of the people that came to that ballpark thinking, "Oh, at least I'll get a hot dog from this company." That has probably ruined my marriage. Maybe I lost all my money gambling at their Breakers casino, and I bought all this sealed product. Maybe I'll at least get a free hot dog, and I can eat it in the box I'm living in, because I can't afford anything anymore. My wife kicked me out because I'm broke from their cards and their card casino. Maybe I could at least get a hot dog, but no, you're going to alienate more people than you're going to actually, like, the 500 people that get the hot dog are going to be like, Fanatics is the best.
Right.
Yeah.
So then everyone who doesn't get a hot dog's be like, I can't even get a hot dog.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if like half the people that show up are going to get a hot dog at the park, right? And I would think if it was me, I'm like, well, I'm going to take a Topps card with me and try to get a free hot dog. And like the people that are like Joe said, they're going to be upset. But this is so on brand for Fanatics, and like right, like this is so on brand where they are promising this tiny little thing, and it's going to disappoint a lot of people, like you guys said.
Well, speaking of so on brand, let's talk about Panini for a minute.
Yeah, EP, get ready.
Finally, a Joe Day topic. Finally,
this one's for you.
The hobby sleuths picked up on a little something this week. Pictures of the Calvin Johnson downtown. We love Calvin Johnson, one of the greats downtown. His card, pretty cool looking card. Only one problem with the card. It's actually Brandon Pettigrew that they use the image on the card. It's not Calvin Johnson. I don't know if they tried to change, because of how he's catching the ball, you can't really see his number anyway. So I don't know if they tried to change the 84 to an 81 with Photoshop or anything, but they had a card. It was a Leaf Rookies and Stars card of Brandon Pettigrew, and the image that is on the downtown of Calvin Johnson is clearly 100% without a doubt the same image they used for the Brandon Pettigrew. I love some Brandon Pettigrew. I mean, he deserves to have a downtown. I don't know why they put Calvin Johnson's name on it.
Yeah. So wait, that's actually a really good point. Was it supposed to be a Brandon Pettigrew downtown and they put the wrong words? Or was it probably
I think
less
it was
likely?
Calvin Johnson on the checklist, unfortunately.
That seems less likely to me. I think it was probably a Pettigrew downtown. No, I mean, we talk about this all. First off, that's just so ridiculous that you had to seek out this photo, right? Like, Calvin Johnson has I'll never forget him mossing literally 4 Bengals defenders for a Hail Mary. I'll never forget it. Like, there's so many awesome
you have to have more Calvin Johnson photos than Brandon Pettigrew.
Like, apparently you don't. Like, I'm curious how many Calvin Johnson cards are actually Brandon Pettigrew now. It's like putting Brady's head on a Calvin Johnson card. I mean, come on, what are we doing here? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Good on the internet for figuring this one out. I mean, they're not going to change anything. And the weird thing is, as I looked at this picture when I saw it earlier, I'm like, I remember this picture. Like, I remember this picture for some reason. Like, I don't think it was just used for Rookies and Stars. It feels like I've seen that Pettigrew picture before, probably on Calvin Johnson cards. Now that I say it out loud, but it's just, come on, guys. I know we talk about them being checked out, and they really, really are. But this is like your thing. This is the thing that you're hoping. Well, you don't care because you're checked out, but this is the thing that folks, I'm guessing, are hoping that someday these are the PMGs of this generation of collectors. We talked about this before, and you can't even get that right. Like, as weird as the downtowns are with like Aaron Rodgers with like cows and milk and all that bullshit, right? Like, as weird as those are, at least it was Aaron Rodgers in the picture. Like, that's actually the downtown that they used for Calvin Johnson. Is a really cool looking card. I don't even like downtowns, but those lions in the background, it actually looks like a cool card. You're telling me you could not find a single Calvin Johnson picture to use? And you're like, shit, Brandon Pettigrew is about the same size. Just throw it up there. What are we doing?
What are we doing encapsulates this perfectly, but also like this feels like a Fanatics thing. Like Fanatics has done this sort of stuff with the photoshopping of cards so many times. Like this feels like a Fanatics. Like, for as much as Panini checked out, they're just doing what Topps is also doing. Like this is very, very frustrating for me as a collector. And again, I've said multiple times, I feel like there are so few people in charge of things at these companies that actually care about the hobby now. And I feel like if I was in charge of this company, or in charge of at least this division, I'd be like, how the F did this happen? I'd be like, please tell me how we got Calvin Johnson, one of the greatest players that ever played the game.
Calm down, you Pete, with your F's.
like one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game, and how we got a photo of a tight end, again, had an NFL career, better football player than I would ever even dream to be. But how does this happen where we have the photo of the wrong player on one of our flagship product, one of our flagship lines of cards? Like, just it is mind blowing to me. But I bet you there's no conversation being had about it right now. They're checked out. There's nobody saying like somebody should get fired for something like this. If I was running the company, somebody get fired for this, because like this should matter. Calvin Johnson should matter to the collectors of these cards. Like Joe said, they're supposed to be the next level of PMGs. The next ones are collectible generations from now, and that's very frustrating to me.
At least they used a photo that I suspect they have the rights to, versus when they did the Justin Herbert, where they were just stealing someone's artwork and just kind of throwing it on there. Like, that's even worse in my opinion. This is just makes you look like buffoons. Right. Like the other way, it's like there's some malice of forethought there, with the Herbert one. So like this, just you kind of look at this company and you just start laughing at this point. But then we started off the show talking about how they just had a $300,000 kaboom of Caitlin Clark. So what do they? I mean, they're still making money. It's not like they're not. So I don't know.
That's the problem. Fanatics is making money. They don't really care about the MLB debut patches falling off. They only care that people were complaining about it. Like, I don't think this is because Panini was checking out, because Panini has done this stuff the whole time. They don't care, not because they're checked out. They don't care just because they're going to make money anyway. Mm-hmm. This is not going to cause one person to not try to get a downtown. So why should they care? We talk about it all the time. We are the problem collectively as a hobby, because no matter how much people put out crap, no matter how much dumb stuff they do, everybody still lines up to buy the next product because, I got to get it because this could be worth money. This could be worth money. I could get a big hit on this. I got to buy in this break. I could get downtown. So it's not going to change. Nobody cares. It's been this way all along. And it's because of the money. It's because the hobby is just about money to so many people. They don't care. So why should the companies care if the collectors don't care? You have a couple people complaining on social media, but they're not going to stop buying.
I'll get the perfect example, and I love them. Chuck, I know you're a watcher. I love you guys. But Ed goes on social media and bitches and moans about, what was the Panini product?
Origins.
Yeah. Bitches and moans about it and buys 2 boxes of it. like that's the problem, though. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. If you are willing to bitch and moan about it, but then still drop $400 to $500 a box for something you admittedly said was wildly overpriced, you kind of have to look in the mirror when you say, well, why do the companies keep doing this? This is why, because you're buying it. You're buying it. And again, we love you guys, and I'm glad you got punched in the throat by this product and not me. But you can't complain about it this much and then go out and buy it. And he is not in the minority there. Everyone complains about these prices. as they're opening up the boxes.
Right.
Like, so what are we doing?
As they're doing another case break, right? As they're doing another case break. Oh, this is super expensive, but yeah, we can breaking a whole case of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I could get like a rookie downtown and a 101 or something. So I just because they did that doesn't mean I can't buy. Look, the other stuff's good.
Right.
Pulling the lever on the old jackpot, the old.
I'm good,
exactly.
man. I'm good.
And if you pull any of these Calvin Johnson downtowns, my recommendation, all right, get Brandon Pettigrew to autograph them. Just throwing that out there.
Great. That'd be great.
That would be or a dual autograph of Pettigrew and Calvin Johnson. I think that'd be hysterical. I will say this is one of those situations where us talking about this, or people in general, not just specifically us, make this card more interesting. It's one of those, it's like the Wemby base rookie. Oh my God, look at the curtain. And all of a sudden it's like the talk of the hobby for like 3 weeks. Like this is something that, okay, now this is the Pettigrew Calvin Johnson downtown. Like it's going to have additional lore beyond just being a Calvin Johnson downtown, right?
Oh yeah, that's going in the eBay titles for sure, right? Like people are definitely putting that. This is going to be like an eBay 101 kind of thing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you know how Tom Brady is now part owner of the Raiders, right? I found the photo they're going to use for Tom Brady with the Raiders for the Tom Brady downtown. So right there it is, right there. That's him with the Raiders. They mistakenly put Billy Joe Hobart on it, but that is it. I was just looking for any excuse I could to pull that one out. So I said this one to you a little bit. The Topps now released a Toy Story. Yeah, we're like almost an hour into this, so it's easy for me to say. A Toy Story 30th anniversary movie poster Topps Now card. It's a cool looking card. I would have liked to buy it, but again, $16 for this. Why is the non-sport stuff so expensive? Why is it more than the sports? I don't get it. They have parallels. It would be cool. I thought about buying one. I'm like, no, Mike, don't. Why would you buy one? Why? $16. Just like we talked about. If it's a dumb price, don't pay it because you're just allowing them to keep doing it. But cool card. But why? Why is this stuff so expensive, EP?
Because they know people will buy it. Like that's the bottom line, right? They like it's Topps Now, so those Top Now has got to be worth extra money. And I said in the text thread to you guys that like if they had if they would have put some effort into the parallels, like I would think about getting this. Like if they would have had like themed parallels to the actual like product, the actual property, I would have probably purchased some of this. But like at $16 just for that card, that is outrageous. Like that should be it's going to be $1 card in dollar boxes, a card show in 5 months. Just wait and get it for $1 and you're got a card show.
This is obviously you alluded to it, Mike. This is not the first time. You had the Captain America Brave New World one, where it was just parallel. It was the movie poster, and all it was parallels. They had no autographs of Anthony Mackie, no autographs of Harrison Ford, nothing like that. They had the Daredevil, which I thought was really, really cool as well. But again, Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox, no autographs of them. Now they're doing Toy Story, and I'm guessing no autographs of Hanks or Tim Allen, right? So like they're just parallels. And I think they're almost, preying's too strong of a word, but they're almost preying on non-sports collectors who don't know any better. They're used to having companies do good things for their products and for their collectors, like Upper Deck has done for years. And they're like, oh, we can just get these fools coming both ways. They won't know what hit them for a couple of years. We can at least get them now while they're still new to this. So yeah, I don't love it. It just feels like opportunistic in the kind of a gross way.
Opportunistic and preying are perfect words. 100%. It's too much money for what it is.
Yeah. Well, speaking of opportunists, I wasn't going to talk about Jeff Wilson today, Joe, but since you brought him up earlier, I feel like I can. And I just wanted to double check because he did change the title of his video that he put out. The name of the video is Sports Cards and Addiction, What No One Talks About. The other day, there was a version of it where it said what nobody is talking about, just slight changes. But apparently now Jeff Wilson, I think he had the guy who runs Collectors MD, which we talked about before, had him on and was talking to him about sports card addiction. Jeff, a lot of people have talked about this. We have talked about it a lot on this channel. This is one of our core things we like to talk about on the channel because I think it's really important. And we have a very little reach, but we've done it. And I know other people have too. I'll get that out of the way. I do want to say, though, I'm glad that Jeff Wilson finally brought something like this. He is the biggest content creator on YouTube. So I don't care if he's taking from us and even saying dumb shit like the thing nobody's talking about and sensationalizing it. But it is an issue that people need to be aware of. And him finally doing a video about it is a good thing. Full disclosure, I haven't had a chance to watch the whole video yet. I do plan on doing that. Maybe my thoughts will change, but I don't think so. The guy, I've talked to the guy that runs Collectors MD a little bit in DMs, and seems like a good guy. Maybe we'll have him on at some time too. But I'm glad he's finally doing this. My one thing is, I have one little caveat. You need to also follow up with this going forward. This can't be a one-time thing to get views and okay, I did my part, I did one video on it, and then I'm never going to talk about it again. This is an ongoing problem in the hobby. It's an ongoing problem for people in the hobby. So you need to continue with it. Don't just let this be a one-off, please. I know you watch our show every week because how else would you have gotten the idea to do this video? But no, in all seriousness, though, great that he did this. I don't say a lot of good things about Jeff Wilson. We like to poke a little fun about it, but this being the biggest person in the space, good thing that you did it, but follow up with it. Don't just let this be a one-off. Please follow up with it. Thoughts?
I will say, since we started talking about this months and months ago, since, I brought the story about, our mutual friend who had some issues with trying to self-exclude from eBay. I will say that this topic probably gets us the most vitriol in the comments for some reason. And, from some people, there is a lot of folks that are like, oh, this is great that you're talking about it. No one else talks about it, saying things like that. But then there are some people who push back, which I never really understood how someone deals with their addiction concerns you. I really don't understand that, but okay. As for Jeff Wilson, it's one of those, okay, sure, you showed up late to the party, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're showing up. Like Mike mentioned, now numbers wise, he has 400,000 subscribers, which is number one card content on YouTube. And to have him put a spotlight on it, because we've said so many times on this channel, if you Google sports card video content, Jeff Wilson's is going to come up first. It just is. So to have him talk about it is good. And I can't, for better or for worse, how some people view him or not, Dustin, the sports card dad, has been talking about this way before any of us have with his own personal issues. So, to say that no one's talked about this is kind of a little insulting, not just to us, but other content creators who absolutely have been talking about this. The problem, and I think we've mentioned this before, the problem with Jeff talking about this a little bit is that it's like someone who gave you the disease is now selling you the cure a little bit. And he has a lot of content that focuses people on, putting out a lot of money because maybe you get the next big thing player. And he used to sell his picks of the hottest
hold on.
cards.
Let me interrupt you 1 second.
Okay.
His video before this is the card market is exploding with a fire emoji. Here's what to capital letters buy now.
What's the name of the account? Right. What's the name of the account?
What?
What's the name of the YouTube account? What's the name of the account that he's on?
It's his Jeff Wilson show.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought Sports Card Investor.
You were trying to,
right.
yeah. I see what EP was doing there with the Bean Sports Card Investor. Yeah, sometimes he puts some of the long form stuff on that Jeff Wilson account. But beyond just that, also he owns a breaking company. Also, he owns a repack program right now as well with PSA,
which is fine.
Which is fine.
No problem.
But again, it really does remind me of the casinos who plaster as you're walking into the casino. Have a problem gambling, call this number. Yes, the person walking into the casino is going to stop and go, you know what? I might need to call this number. No, they're not doing that. So, yes, it's good he's finally shown up to the party, but it's a little frustrating that he is a little bit part of the problem. So keep up with it, Jeff, and acknowledge that you are a little bit part of the problem. But if you keep promoting healthy gambling, maybe I would be less annoyed by it.
I'm just going to echo kind of what you've already said, Joe. You kind of nailed it, nailed all parts of it. Like, I feel like I'm okay with the clickbaity headline in some ways because it is going to draw more attention to this topic. But as you both have said, this can't be just a one-off. Like, this has to be a thing that he talks about more often. He needs to follow up on it. Like, this is an actual issue. There are people in this world who think that addiction is not a problem, like not something that is like that's like very like that somebody is responsible for their addiction, they're making bad decisions on purpose and that sort of stuff. And I feel like addiction is a real problem that is for people with that problem. This is uncontrollable. Like they need serious help for that. And I feel like not enough light to shine upon that. And if it takes a clickbait headline and it takes the number one guy in sports cards to do it, I'm okay with that. But it can't be like Mike said, it can't be like a grab for clicks just this one time. It needs to be a real thing that is talked about again and again.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't have a problem that can't understand what it's like for people that do have a problem. And
perfectly
first, be thankful you don't have a problem. Mm-hmm. But second of all, you just need to understand that not everybody's you. Some people do. Mm-hmm. Like, we all do different things in this world. We like different things. We go toward this, we go towards that. I like this, you like that. Some people like stuff a little too much, and it becomes hard to stop. I know that some people have a hard time understanding, but just because you have a hard time understanding doesn't make something not real. Like, it's real. There, for the people that are living this, that are having their lives affected by it, 100% real. So we do get pushback in the comments sometimes, and it's a little crazy. Some people push back because they are financially invested in the side of this that makes it maybe look bad. They're feeling like, oh, well, it's making my business look bad and it's hurting me and taking money out of my pocket by talking about this stuff. But we've always said the breakers aren't the problem. Like, casinos aren't the problem. People have problems that go to these places and they can't control their problems. Our problem in the hobby is we don't have help for them. And we don't recognize it and acknowledge it like a casino does. So that's what we want to change. Like, there are a lot of people out there that have problems that are afraid to say anything about it, because if they do, if you post something like that on social media, I guarantee you at least like a third of the comments, if not more, are just going to be people like calling you a liar, saying, oh, why don't you just do this or just do that or just do this? If they could, they would. That's what people don't understand. But in the hobby, like, you're somehow not being truthful, or it's not real if you have a problem. And that's not the case. The person we know has no reason to make up the issue that he has. Absolutely none.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Anything can become addictive. And if people have a problem, they have a problem. You might not, I might not, they do. Good for us. They need some help.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the three of us. We're all not the healthiest people. We like a good pizza. Like the bottom line is people look at you and say, eat a salad. I mean, if it was that easy, we'd all just be eating a salad every day, right? Like that is not.
I just want a pizza with my salad. Is that so wrong?
Right. Yeah. There are so many layers and so many of these things in life, and I feel like the problem is that this one is destroying lives. It's destroying. Like we've had the examples of people on Twitter and stuff talking about the amounts of money some people are spending on the hobby, and it's dangerous. Like it's scary.
And I was joking for effect, but I was there is a seriousness to like the Fanatics giving away a hot dog to someone who may have lost their house. Like yes, it was a joke for effect. It was speaking of hyperboles, but really, I mean, there are people that got addicted to Fanatics and they're breaking and they're repacking and all that. And I guarantee you there are people out there that have lost their spouse, their home, their college, their kids' college fund. I mean, just like a casino would do that. So again, circling back to Jeff Wilson, don't make it a one-time thing. Just like check back, maybe have him on as a regular guest every couple of months just to see if more people are getting involved in that program or whatever. I mean, there's good you can do that would make the gross stuff you do a little bit more palatable, so just do that.
And do more stuff like this too, right? Like find more of these types of topics and dive deeper on them for sure. As the dude, the number one search result.
That's all we've ever wanted is for him to do a little more of that kind of stuff. So I applaud him. Now, if he starts off his next show by singing "Happy Birthday" to Joe Day, I'm going to be getting in touch with my lawyer. That's all I'm saying.
Paul Lesko, right? I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
He's on retainer for the channel.
Yeah, I think Jeff probably has him on retainer. So
damn it,
he pays more than we do. We're broke.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I want to remind people one more time, check out Wednesday's videos. If you like, exposés, pulling back the curtain, we're going to let you know everything that goes on with YouTube content creation. You're not going to want to miss that one. Not going to want to miss it. I might even make some big clickbaity title for it. I don't know. We'll see what it is. All right, guys. That was a pretty good chat this week. Happy birthday, Joe Day. And I will see you next week. Take care, guys.
See you, boys.
If you haven't done so already, wish Joe a happy birthday on social. Adios.